Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my Out of the Park Baseball 22 series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. First and foremost, I want to just apologize for not posting the past few days, just been pretty busy, but however now, as I mentioned in a comment in the last video, that I'm planning a full slate of videos for this week, and well, here's the first one. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get right into it, picking up just a few days after where I left off in the last video, which of course was the trade deadline, and we went through all of our trade deadline moves. I made all the moves we were going to make. That was July 27th, I believe, that we stopped. I simmed a few days in advance just because, I wanted to start this sim officially, or this episode I should say, officially after the trade deadline. So I went ahead, simmed a few days ahead, and actually something pretty big happened. So of course, one of the moves that we had made at the deadline was finally trying to address that shortstop position that's been pretty much a black hole, at least offensively, for us for a long while. And as you can see, the man that we acquired to play that position, he pretty much he's not there, and that man is Andrelton Simmons, and he is not there. The reason being because he actually got injured in his second game. Didn't even complete a second game as the Pirates shortstop after we went ahead and made that move for him. So he got hurt, and funny enough, of course, the whole reason why we went with Simmons over some of the other shortstops that were available, like Rojas, for example, is because he had a much better track record health-wise. I believe his injury proneness should be. It is normal. For some reason, I thought it was durable, but he had a much better injury track record than anyone else. Shortstops, that really gave him a leg up, and why, one of the reasons why we decided to go for him. But, of course, that means he goes ahead and gets injured now. It's only back tightness. He's only out for, 2 weeks left. As you can see, of course, I did sim a few days, so, it's not quite the full injury length, but that is only a small amount of time. I don't think the move is long enough where we weren't going back out and picking up like Rojas or one of the other shortstops. So we're just going to leave it as is, and in the meantime, Morales will resume his shortstop duties. Hopefully he can decide to send him down to the minors, since so he could improve his hitting, work on his hitting, and he hit extremely well in the 3 games he actually got there. So hopefully he can continue that and hit here. So in the meanwhile, we're gonna officially sim past this day and officially pass the trade deadline finally. So we won't be able to make any more trades throughout the season. And we do get a personal message here, and it looks like that message just an injury notification from Morales. I literally almost had a heart attack there, but it's only back spasm, so another back injury for a shortstop. But it is just a day, so, and then we'll finally yesterday was a trade deadline. The view there confused me for a second there, and then we'll go ahead and look at our schedule, for the upcoming month. Some divisional matchups here that are important. Finishing up the series with the Cubs, of course, playing the Cardinals and Reds, also in the division. So important divisional matchups here, especially that one with the Cardinals, will be important. But nevertheless, we have this last game against the Cubs here, and hopefully we can win, and we do. We take a 1-run victory against the Cubs. So a few days later, on August 9th, after going through our series against the Phillies and Rockies, Braden Webb comes off the injured list, so he will now be available. We're going to send him on a quick rehab assignment, and Simmons is down to 1 week left in injury-wise. Schedule-wise, we just came off a very bad stretch. Teams in the Rockies and Phillies losing literally every single game, getting swept. So not very good. You can see the offense not doing anything. 1 run, 2 run, 1 run, shutout. Very bad stretch for the offense there. So we're here against a divisional opponent now. Still 2 games up on the Cardinals. They are performing very poorly as well. So and actually so are the Reds. So I know Central not really doing well here, except the Cubs. They are playing pretty well. But here we're starting our matchup against the Reds, and we do take game 1. Very good game here. We have McKenzie starting on the mound for us, and he pitched very well in 6 innings. Then also had a shutdown relief pitching. Looks like Gallo did something for us there. He has been quite what we wanted offensively since we brought him in, but still he's been still fine. An improvement over Wyatt at least, hitting for a lot of power, which of course Wyatt did not. And then we take another game against Cincinnati here, so very good there. 2 games in a row, finally getting rid of that losing streak and see if we can go for the sweep against the Reds. And we do get another 5-4 win, so very good series right there. Looks like Robinson hit a homer there, Hayes doubled. Some very good performances from the middle of the lineup there. Gonzalez, Hayes, doing very well. Gallo, unfortunately, not playing particularly well. Hopefully he can play better. But now, of course, we're heading into possibly the biggest series of the month, playing, St. Louis. They've actually fallen into 3rd place in the division, so hopefully we can continue to play decently well here after our sweep against Cincinnati, and we lose game 1. Something happened here, and that was Kirby, moderate for 4 days. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. He should be able to make his next start, but we'll see. Did we drop another game to the Cardinals there? I think we might have. Nope, they didn't sim through. So we'll go ahead and see what happens on this day. And we do take a 2-1 win over the Cardinals. Lots of low-scoring games teams that we've been playing. Get a good 8-inning outing from Rocker there. So hopefully we can take another game here from St. Louis. We are 3 games up on the Cubs now. The Cardinals have fallen all the way 5 games back, 1-9 in their last 10. So, of course, continuing to play pretty poor against us, and we win again. So we take 2 out of 3. Simmons is back, and we're going to send him on a short rehab assignment. See what else do we have to do here. Webb, looks like he hasn't really gotten the pitch yet. He's being used as a starter in AAA. Simmons, he's going on his rehab assignment, and then we're going to go ahead in a few days. Actually, Webb might be ready, and I don't remember who he was up for. I think Mills might have been up for him. Mills was pitching well, so we decided to keep him up. Where is Webb? He's here. He only had those few innings, so we'll go ahead and make the move. Mills for him. Mills isn't pitching, lights out anymore, so we can give that opportunity to a guy like Kobos or Webb, and we're going to go ahead and make sure it's Webb here. So put him up, and then that's what it's going to do there. And Webb is slotted in as a setup man again. And then we have a series here upcoming with Miami. And so I'll probably actually skip ahead a little bit, probably towards the Giants series, because we're playing a lot of middle of the road to bad teams here. So we'll skip, and hopefully we can win some of these games here. So after a few days, Simmons is back. So we're going to be going ahead and moving him back to Major League roster. Morales, the time that he was playing, he was still pretty bad with the bat. So Simmons is going up. And then in the past few games, we actually we're tied with the Cubs now. Not the greatest past few days. Getting swept by the Marlins. For some reason, we just can't win against some of the poor teams here. We were able to pick up a game against the Padres, but still took some losses. And we're going to be heading into a series with the Giants, who are pretty decent team on the wildcard. But we just can't beat these bottom feeding teams like the Marlins. We got swept by. The Padres are alright, but these are teams that we need to be beating for contending for a playoff spot. And it looks like we're going to have to win the division at this point to get into the playoffs. So it makes things even kind of more complicated. So heading into our important series with San Francisco here, we end up losing the first game. This is an important series for us to make up ground in the in the wild card. And of course, not only that, it looks like we've fallen behind the Cubs here. right here, and then we end up getting swept by San Francisco. It's certainly no good. Atlanta here, another team in the wild card, and we lose again. So a very poor, finishing up the season here. Atlanta, we lose again, and very tough stretch. They were 5 games behind, falling 5 games behind the Cubs. They've been playing absolutely red hot. We're 9 games out of the wild card right now. I mean, our team is just, we're not playing well. Nelson's not pitching well. Ramos is down for a week, so we're gonna have to go ahead and put him on the injured list. This is really not good. I mean, early season I thought we were pretty shoe-in for the playoffs, but Gallo's been awful since we acquired him. Yeah, that move really seemed to backfire. Honestly, pretty much just better worth playing wide. I mean, he plays better first base defense. Even actually, that's exactly what we're gonna do with Ramos being out. We're gonna be playing. We're gonna play Gallo in right field, and hopefully this can actually propel us forward a little bit here. So we're gonna do that. Wyatt's gonna play. Okay, still making. Do I have him forced to play first? Honestly, might. Yep, I do. That's why it's doing that. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that. Gallo is going to play right field instead. We're gonna see what Martinez says, and yep, that's what he wants. We should really call someone up here at the bat. Not sure who it's gonna be. It's not gonna be TJ White. Don't wanna quite call him up yet. And he's really only a bat first option. I mean, maybe Florial. I mean, we could probably use a bat against lefty, or we could use another player to play against left-handed pitching here. So I'm not quite sure who that'd be, to be honest. Who in the 40-man isn't up? So I don't really want to put someone else on. I mean, let's just continue the rake. Maybe go with him. And so yeah, today's also roster expansion. So we'll go ahead and put Cobos. Funny how that actually works out. So put him up, and I mean that brings us to 14 pitchers. Don't particularly have motivation to place another hitter on, since I feel like we wouldn't really use them. So I think this time would be good to get a bullpen up there. Pat Dennis hasn't really been that awesome in AA, so it's not going to be him. I think it has to be Maldonado. He has been pitching pretty well, so it'll be him. We have 15 guys now. It looks like that's what's going to go with. Puts McKenzie back in a bullpen, which is fine. Lawson can start if they really want to. Maldonado's up, and so is Cobos. Hitting wise, let's see what it wants to do here. Putting Morales back up, he's gonna split a little time with him really just being backup shortstop because we just didn't have one on the roster. We start off the month of September with a win against the Mets, but then a loss and another loss. So kind of taking account of things, we're still 5 games back and we're still playing very bad. We're gonna certainly need a Cubs collapse here. We pick a game up against the Nationals. Our schedule wise, not many divisional opponents here. We're playing the Brewers, the Cubs, and that series against the Cubs is going to be huge then in September. And that's the thing, this Phillies Rocky series. I mean, this should be series that we win. Again, like the Nationals, I don't remember quite how they are. They're kind of middle of the road, but like the Brewers, the Rockies, like we need to absolutely just sweep those series. Like that's really what we need to do if we're gonna be able to sneak into the playoffs here. Actually, one thing I do want to refresh my memory on is how we're doing in the wild card. Yeah, the Mets have jumped with us. I mean, we're 9 games back, so I just don't know if that's really gonna happen. Wild card, but we are gaining I don't want to ruin what I'm saying here, but we're gaining a little bit of ground against the Cubs. Don't look now, but we're 3 games back, and we've won 3 games in a row here. So we're playing better baseball, and we win another game against Milwaukee here. One thing I do want a quick look at how we are compared to is our expected win-loss, and we actually are about where we should be, 76 and 69 as we're expect us to be. I want to look at the Cubs real quick. And see where it thinks they should be, and yeah, they're overperforming quite a bit. It looks like, which is something that I figured was the case, because I think we're definitely a better team than them. Also, I want to the draft pick signing deadline's up, but we have all of our guys taken care of, so that's not something to worry about. Can we sweep against Milwaukee? No, we're not going for a sweep yet. And we lose anyways. I thought that was the last game of the series. Well, this is a 4-game set, but we do take the 4th game. Now heading into a game against the Diamondbacks. Ramos is back, so yeah, Gallo still continues to just not hit well though since becoming Pirate batting splits wise, month by month. I mean, yeah, he had a terrible August. Is picking it up, and I mean, barely even played in September at this point. But Ramos is back, and playing Ramos is definitely going to be our best lineup. Not quite sure what we want to do here. Of course, Simmons should be playing every day, and Simmons is hitting pretty well, an upgrade at the least. How's Wyatt hitting? Wyatt's hot here. Honestly, I think we're just not even. We're gonna play Gallo off the bench here, probably, is what's gonna end up happening here. I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean, he's literally the worst player. See how Robinson has been of recent. He's also been kind of just awful of recent. Ramos, how's his season going again? Not great, but pretty well, better than Gallo anyway. Defensively, probably plays similar defense. Gallo actually might play a little bit better defense than him. He was playing in the big right field of Boston and playing well earlier this season, but yeah, so I think Morales is who has to go down. Or if one of the pitchers that we brought up just really is bad. I mean, that's not the case because they're all rated pretty well. Yeah, so Morales is going to be the one to go down. And whoops. Yeah, we're just gonna put Ramos right back on the roster. See what Martinez wants. It still recommends this with having Ramos coming off the bench. Ramos is gonna be playing every 5th game there. I think that's what we're probably gonna have done here. And let's see if we can continue kind of rocking out and playing pretty well here. Playing Arizona again. As a team we should beat, and we win game 1 here, so perfect. And we take game 2 as well, playing very well now, 7-3 in our last 10. Cubs a little bit on a slide here, 4-6. Magic number for them is 13 now, and now we win again, and we're tied for first place, 8-2. But we're running into a bit of a juggernaut here and playing the Los Angeles Dodgers right here. Just kind of look at our schedule down the rest of the stretch here. So a big series against the Dodgers here. Absolutely massive series against the Cubs. And then 2 series that we should very well win. The Rockies, who are the worst team in the league, I think, and the Phillies, who are not far from it. Actually, my bad. The Phillies are the best team in the National League, actually. And yeah, so Phillies is a tough series. Rockies is, I mean, we need to win that series. Dodgers, and of course Cubs. Let's kind of see what their schedule's looking like here for the rest of the year. They've got the Diamondbacks, so of course a poor team. Us, this is a huge series. They're playing the Dodgers, which of course we're about to embark on the series against them too, so that's a tough series for them. And then they also get to play the Rockies, finish out their season against them. So kind of balanced schedules on the way out here. And we both. We have the big matchup against each other, a big matchup against the Dodgers each. Okay, don't care about that Gulf Coast League player retiring. And then, we both have a series against the Rockies or Pork, and we need to get at least a game here from the Dodgers, and we do. Very good here. The Cubs actually look like they They got swept. Yeah, they got swept by the poor Diamondbacks. And now, I mean, we're coming in, and we only won one game of our own, but this is a huge series where we've gained a game on the Cubs. We're a game up, and yeah, I mean, the division winner is going to the playoffs. So whoever doesn't win the division isn't. And we lose game 1, tying it up. We gained game 2, so the Cubs winning the series here would mean a tie records at the end of this, and a win for us would be a 2-game advantage, which is a huge swing at this point of the season. Looks like they had Musgrove on the mound for them. We have Rocker. See who's pitching in this important game 7. We're not going to play this game, but it is important. They're sending out Corey Abbott, who is an extremely good pitcher. I'm honestly not even sure. I'm not really familiar with Abbott, even though he is a real life player. And we're sending out Tristan McKenzie, who hasn't had a great track record as a starter, but has been very good as a starter this year. So hopefully he can continue to be that good starter for us, especially in this game. Can we get it done? And we do. We win 6-1. Great 6th inning outing from McKenzie, Maldonado, and Wyman came in to slam the door. Abbott pitched decently well, only 2 runs, but it was only able to go 5 innings for them. Then it really came down to the bullpen. And it is pretty good in its own right, but was not great today. Let's see. Things that affected win expectancy the most, and that was a 3-run homer by Gonzalez in the 7th, which gave us a decisive advantage there and really blew the game open. However, as you saw, the win cost us Logan Wyatt for the rest of the season, which is not ideal, especially with how Gallo's. He's actually picked it up a little bit here at the end, but still, in general, he has not been good. And so the loss cost us Logan Wyatt for the rest of the year, which is no good. So we're going to have to go ahead and put him on the 60-day. That means Gallo is going to be the starting first baseman for the rest of the year. So we're going to need him to be good for us this season. We have another spot. Not quite sure who I want to give it to. We lost a left-handed hitter, which is not really position of need. Ramos, how does he hit against right-handed? He's fairly good against right-handed pitchers. Palma. You know what? I guess we could use another bat here. Florial, he has been pretty good, but I don't really know if it's going to be him or it should be him. Although Morales isn't even really a bat. One thing we could give a try here is Mojica. He has been hitting pretty well. He can play first base. He hasn't had any major league experience yet. Honestly, I might go with him, add him to the 40-man, and put him on here. We don't particularly have a need for an outfielder at the moment. Actually, no, we really could use someone who can play center field, although we don't have anyone who would really solve that issue anyway, unless we call it up Ozuna, which I don't really want to do that at the moment. So yeah, don't really want to do that at the moment. So I think who's hitting better, him or TJ White? Yeah, it's Mojica. So I think that's what we're gonna do. He also can hit lefties pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go with a little curveball here and bring up a guy who's been a Pirates prospect for a while here, and so we have to play Gallo first, and that's what we're gonna do. First base, please actually play him there. Okay, he does. Okay, Mojica bounces to third here, or third, backup player, whatever. Mojica becomes the top pinch hitter against lefties, which, of course, Palma hasn't really been good this year. So maybe this is a move that's good for us anyway. now start our series here against Colorado. See what we can do here against them. Ooh, lose the first game. Please, this don't be the reason why we don't make the playoffs. We're able to eke a game out here as the Cubs just continue to just not play well at all. We dropped 2 games against them, although I do believe that was their series against the Dodgers, and it was. They took, so I guess that's pretty fair, but, they're going to be playing the Rockies here. We have a 2-game advantage. We really need to take 1 game from Philadelphia here, and we take the first one, so our magic number is 1 now, and we need to win 1 more game to clinch the postseason, as the Cubs are 2 games back, and we lose there, so still need to win this game. If we win this game, nothing else matters. If we lose and the Cubs win, then we're gonna be in some trouble. We're gonna have a game 163 then, and they play the Rockies. They've already won 2. We're playing the Phillies, of course. We haven't won a game yet in this series. So actually no, we did. We won the first game. I don't know what I'm talking about. Has Mojico got any ABs here? He's got 6. He hit a homer. So he's only had 6 plate appearances. I don't know why I'm talking extensively about him, but yeah. So we have a game here, and we lose, and the Cubs win. This is no good. Looks like we're going to be heading to a game 163 here, folks. Definitely not ideal. With the Cubs and Pirates heading to a game 163, we're definitely going to be going ahead and saving that for an episode of its own, where I'm going to be playing that game 163. But that doesn't mean that we can't go over some quick things before the season. Speaking of which, it looks like they're going to be having Aaron Nola on the mound for that game. I, of course, don't want to preview things too much, but we ourselves, at the moment, looks like we have George Kirby. So that is that. Speaking of this, I just want to take another look at the expected win-loss, where we pretty much performed where we were supposed to be, or where we were expected to be, based on run differential and all of those things. And the Cubs certainly overperformed. So hopefully, the better team, which by these standards is us, can come up with the victory. It's going to be tough nevertheless, because as the worst divisional team here, at least we won't have to play the Dodgers. Coming out of the wild card game. Looks like we're going to be getting the Phillies, who in their own right are, a pretty good team. So hopefully we can beat them quickly. I do want to go ahead and just take a quick look at our, not our roster, but our team rankings. So we're going to go ahead on the home. Our offense was just not very dynamic at all. 12 runs scored. That's definitely where we need to improve upon in the offseason. And our pitching, we allowed the least runs in the entire league. Our starters and our bullpen are just magnificent. Our pitching is so good, which is actually, I'm kind of surprised at this, because typically in OOTP games, I kind of struggle a little bit to develop pitching, but in this save, I pretty much have an endless supply of it. I keep drafting pitchers in later rounds that are just very effective. I hit on, our early pitching prospects. It's been pretty plentiful pitching wise, and not at all good hitting wise. Kind of looking back in the Gallo acquisition, not too pleased with that. Should have took the ballpark. Even home runs. Left-handed batters are way better. A home run speed. It's not even really that below. Like a park factor of like 1,000. Left-handed batters overall should be better in this park. So, I don't know, man. But he's definitely gonna be our starting first baseman, or he should be our starting first baseman in this game against It's a game against the Cubs. I don't want to ramble on too much because I want to, of course, save all of that for that game. So with that said, that'll do it for the episode, and we'll have 163 next episode. So again, thank you for watching, and definitely come back and watch game 163 because it is hopefully it should be a good game. It's going to be a big game because we'll have won the division for the first time in a very long time. We'll leave it at that. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode.